So how is everyone? Jack, I know you've got some news to share with everyone.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Well, you say it's a lovely Monday morning. It's currently quite dreary. You've probably seen the same thing I'm seeing, mate, with the cloudy skies.
Yeah, yeah. Being positive, Jack.
Yeah. No, I'll go for my side. A few essays and that in the pipeline. One, so sourced by Ollie and Derek, over in Oxford. Obviously, from my side, we're in the sort of 14-day period where we can sort of do due diligence. The idea for me is to be more of an investor and obviously help get the management side with joint venturing potentially with yourself and Debbie Joe. So that's the sort of the news on that. But obviously, we need to do all the due diligence checks with that,
Definitely.
with the property in Oxford. But it's all looking good. It's previously been used as an HMO. The area is good, and it's got good traction in that area in terms of bookings on. It's got like a couple of essays even on the same street that have been really, really successful. So yeah, that looks promising. I've got the contact details for the landlord, so I need to drop in an email later and organize a call. Um, and then we'll take it from there in terms of like when can we get access, grace period, etc., etc. So looking really promising. And then there's another two in the pipeline. Hopefully, one gets back to me today, or at least one landlord gets back to me with today with some terms and conditions. And then yeah, one will probably happen in July when the current person who's doing the rent to essay. So this is more of a turnkey one, but this person is basically giving up their essay because they're moving out the area and they would clean the area, sorry, clean the essay and look after it, like because they live on the next street. Whereas because they're moving away, they're going to give it up. So I'm hoping to take that up from them in July. So again, seem to have actually had quite a bit of good luck or good fortune finding people that are like looking to give up essays for X, Y, and Z reason, and obviously just double check that it is for like not bad reasons in the sense that oh it's not working, etc., and that's
Yeah.
why they're giving it up. I'm looking for the right reasons as to why they're giving it up. So like one of the options was sorry, one was obviously he's moving out of the area. The other one was unfortunately a family member's ill and he has to concentrate more on that. So he's keeping up two essays in the area, but he's just giving away his third one. So that's hopefully gonna all happen. But yeah, that'll put me. Obviously, I've got one with Derek and Ollie already in Birmingham. Obviously, if all these essays come to fruition, that'll put me up to four, which is decent, decent amount, and
Jack
hopefully,
is smashing it. He's,
yeah.
joined us when he when you joined us. January?
January,
Yeah,
yeah.
January, yeah, January,
January with no, I mean, you've had a bit of experience obviously with property and renting and this, but no, rent to rent experience, no experience in the property. I mean, we spoke a couple months before. When did we originally speak about you coming over at September, August time or something? But you had a lot of stuff coming up and this, that, the rest. And then you joined us in January. You got a joint venture straight away. You're looking at taking on these other three properties
yeah.
now. So, within the space of 2, 3 months, you
Hmm.
potentially got four properties there and absolutely smashing it. And, potential joint ventures with us, we'll manage some X, Y, Z. Um, it's great. You're doing
And
really
you've
well.
sourced two of them yourself as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
So the first
Yeah.
two were kind of from Derek and Ollie, but then you've sourced these other
Mhm.
two yourself, which is really good. So you're not just relying on other people, you are actually going out there, putting in the work, and it just shows it can happen. And literally four deals within 2 months, three
Yeah,
months. So
yeah,
yeah.
100%. Like obviously, I won't go through my distaste for the majority of the deal like I did last week, so I won't take over the call. But yeah, it's just a lot of work, like looking through, constantly looking through, and like I said, I found quite a lot of progress with people like who are advertising that they're getting rid of their essays, etc. I think that's where I've been a little bit successful in that sense. But yeah, but also like kudos to the group. Obviously, a lot of um the essays that potentially are happening. Obviously, it's not confirmed on a lot of them, but a lot of them have either come through like obviously Ollie and Derek have sourced it, so that they'll have sourced too. And that's obviously I wouldn't have met them without being in this group. And then likewise, my standpoint personally is I'm more of a investor than I am sort of obviously I want to learn, I want to, but whilst obviously I'm during that learning phase, I'm up for a deal if I can. but obviously there's opportunities obviously with you guys in terms of managing some of the properties that I get, etc. So I'm happy to obviously collaborate with people. There's obviously other people that I'm speaking to within the group. One deal through no fault of their own has obviously just fallen through, but that's fine. That's that's just the way it is. It's a numbers game.
Yeah,
But no, I'm happy to work with people within this group. It's just obviously
that's awesome.
that trust element, which is the key one, and obviously the right opportunities.
Well, that's it. Being on the mentoring, you get access to all these people who are also on the mentoring, who have the training, they've got the support of me and Debbie. So, we can assist on both sides. We can assist on your side as the investor and their side as a source, or their side as the JV part or whatever. And we can assist and make sure that everything's done proper. The contracts are signed. This is done. That's done. Which is perfect. But, you joined us originally and said, I'm just going to learn for 3 months. I'm just going to
Yeah.
get to know it, go over it,
Yeah.
and then I'll start getting properties. And now you're 2 and a little bit months in, and you're looking at potentially 4 properties you've got,
Mm.
which is crazy. So I guess my question for you, Jack, is what
Mm.
advice do you have for people who are trying to do this, but
Mhm.
maybe not getting the results, or I don't know, maybe they're not getting the support, they've not got someone they can follow, whatever. What's your advice for how you've got to this point now?
My initial plan was to learn, but then it's like, when there's good opportunities, you don't want to miss out on the good opportunities, right? So you've got to take it whilst you can, and there's only a small window for you to get them. But yeah, like for me, I've always said like I'm in the unfortunate but fortunate position where I've got a little bit of capital bit behind me, and I'm knowledge deficient, so I need to learn. So obviously the mentorship and obviously the teachings from Joe and Debbie, obviously on the mentorship program, is crucial for me, because I wouldn't have taken the leap really. I wouldn't be in this position, and obviously time will tell whether hopefully I'm successful, but it's going to be work. There's no two ways about it. But in terms of like that element of risk, it's obviously great that I'm learning the correct way to do things. I've obviously building a network with similar like-minded people that want to succeed as well. So without this, or without the mentorship, then it just wouldn't happen. I'd be still wondering what to do with all the sort of capital I'm getting. So yeah, it is worthwhile, 100%. And it's just like for me, I am a bit of a worrier. Like it's gonna make me sound sad, but I look at evenings at Aviva and I'm like, oh my God, we've not got a booking on this day or that day, and I'm like, oh no, we're not gonna do it. And it's yeah, it sort of gives you that reassurance really that it's a process, time in the game, etc. It's a numbers game in terms of finding and sourcing, etc. You will get there eventually.
100%. And bookings, they come, they go. You
Mm.
have quiet months. I mean, even ours have been fairly quiet this month. Last night we had
I was
we
gonna
had no
say that,
bookings,
yeah.
no new bookings for a while. But then last night we had a 7-night booking in one of our apartments, and
Mm.
was it a 3-night booking in the one
Three
in
night
Swansea?
£1,000 booking,
£1,000
yeah.
booking for 3 nights. Like they just come out of nowhere, and you're like, okay, yeah, that'll do. That'll help.
Yeah.
That's the thing with SA, and this is why I always say it's high risk, high reward. Once it's full and you're smashing it, the money's like really good, but there's that risk factor that you still have with HMO, but not to the extent as what you do with SA. Because SA, you're constantly relying on people booking. Where HMO, once they're in, they're typically there for at least 6 months, and they're paying your rent, and it's lower risk, low reward.
Mhm.
But yeah, deciphering obviously what you just said there. I think the 2 main points was take action.
Mhm.
And what you said,
Yeah.
investments come up like just take action, be an action taker, and invest in yourself to get the
Mm.
right knowledge to know that you are taking action in the right places.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Um,
100%. Yeah,
we,
completely agree. And it's funny as well because you mentioned HMOs, and that is actually my preferred option. It just seems to be that I'm getting SAS at the
that's
moment.
it.
But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm still. If anyone knows of any HMOs going, I'm up for it. It just seems to be SAS at the moment, but
I
I'm
love
sure
it.
it's going to.
Yeah, no, it's wicked, man. Keep doing your thing. But it's also, Jack joined us in January. Jane joined us in January as well. JP on the call. Both of which are secure properties. Jane she had a yes a couple of weeks ago, but it should be the end of this month. She's getting the keys, hopefully, if everything goes ahead. So that's fantastic. Sharon joined us last year. I want to say was it around July?
July. Yeah.
July, yeah. Joined
Yeah,
us
same
around
time as
July.
Ollie.
Yeah, same time as Owen Derek. She had a property in the first month. Owen Derek were sourcing deals in the first month. Like, you know, investing in the right people and people who can be there and help you. Obviously, proof's there in the pudding. You're all absolutely smashing it. I wish when I started out, I was getting results in the first month. It took me ages because the support wasn't there. It was kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, let's go figure this out. Let's go figure that out. Like, I think having that support definitely fast tracks it. Online training is great, doing a training on time, fantastic. But I think if you've just got someone there, you can bounce questions off and just go, okay, I've got this, or can we jump on the phone? I've got this. I know obviously Jack, you ring Debbie quite a lot and ask him this and ask her what's going on here and there. And just having someone there makes the world of a difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
No, 100%. Like, and I must admit, I feel like I'm like bugging Debbie, but to be fair, that Debbie's really good with it and really patient with me. To be fair,
No, that's what we're here for. This is like, we enjoy doing this, and people always apologize to us. They're like, it's really sorry to bother you, but this is what you're paying us for. Like, use us. It annoys us more when you don't talk to us, because we're like, why aren't they talking to us? Like, we want to help you. We want to get you to the next level, and we can't do that if you don't communicate. So that's something that you actually do really well. Same with Ollie, same with Jane. Like, the ones that communicate the best and come on the Zooms and show up all the time and communicate and tell us what you're up to and tell us what you're looking for, you're the ones that actually do the best, because we can really help you. We can work with you, and other people get to know you as well from coming on the Zooms. So people get to know you and trust you and like you and want to work with you. So like, I know you've had a lot of the other mentees reaching out to you, and you've reached out to a lot of the other mentees that have been on, like Tanisha and a few of the others as well. So it's just about showing up, telling everyone what you do or what you're looking to do, and just communicating. And it all comes from that.
Yeah, and I think as well, it's like there's a certain amount of transparency, right? Like I think, I'm a great believer in honesty, and it's the same with like Ollie and Derek when I did Park Avenue with them, and I said I had this conversation with them over the weekends. Like, as long as the deal works that they get me and they do a good job with it, there's no reason why I won't continuously invest in them. If they keep finding me good deals, and I'm not like, obviously the proof's in the pudding, innit? If obviously the SA at Birmingham's doing well at the moment, like if that continues, then there's no reason why I won't continue with them. And it's all about, the quality of the contacts, etc. as well. So, but yeah.
Yeah. But that's it. The difference with you is taking action.
I've always said from my perspective, like my view on SA was that it had to be a tourist location. It had to be Brighton. It had to be Bournemouth. It had to be Blackpool, whatever. It had to be somewhere that it's like summer season only. And then obviously when you do your digging, it's like contracted work is actually probably the more relevant one, or like looking at key hubs or working hubs, etc. So definitely from my aspect, it's been eye-opening in that sense. Yeah, it's obviously going well so far, and hopefully it continues.
Awesome. Have you, as a side note, had any update on when you're potentially collecting the keys, or not 100% yet?
No, so I need, in terms of the one in Oxford, I need to reach out to him. I need to reach out to him today and organize like what it is. So I might be messaging you later, just in terms of contract and making sure it's okay and everything like that.
Yeah, perfect. Send it over. We also need to sort out the management and get that over to you when we get a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just a bit of a side note, so we know where we're up to.
Yeah.
Absolutely hectic couple of weeks, but I'm sure we'll get it all sorted and booked in and ready to go.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, thanks.
Good man. Awesome, wicked. Obviously, some great news from Jack securing some properties going forward. From someone who kind of he says himself, he wants to be a hands-off investor. He's already sourced 2 of them himself, which is fantastic. It just shows that if you want something, you need to put the work in and get out there. And I think Jack is definitely relentless in that. He's just on it, and he's just working hard. And any questions he has, he fires them over, and we're just back and forth. So it's fantastic. You just got to put the work in to get there. I think a lot of people think, I'll pay for training, it'll just come to me. You need to put that work in. Just because you pay for something doesn't mean you're just going to get results. You need to be on it and also exercising the expertise. I guess you're learning. You need to put it into practice. Simple as that, really. But yeah, how is everybody else anyway? We've got Jane, Sharon, and Sonia.